You know, all of this is turned around, right? If we turn this around enough, you start believing the crap. Oh, government is inefficient. Government is not inefficient. Government run by the private sector is inefficient. Let's give you a great example. The United States Postal Service. Everybody wants to rag against the Postal Service. Oh, the Postal Service is so terrible. You know, those people that work at the Postal Service, they're well paid, but they're so rude. And a lot of them are rude. But you know what? A lot of folks, when I go to Best Buy or all of that kind of places too, they're rude too. So they're just human beings, whether you're working for the Postal Service or Best Buy. But they talk about the inefficiency of the Postal Service, right? A guy called, I think it was at KPFT, and he said, Egberto, you tell me one government organization that works efficiently. And other than Social Security, which works very well, you ask any old person who gets their Social Security check on time every single month. You may say, oh, there's some inefficiencies when you go in and talk to people. But you know what? I get some into problems with FedEx, and you fight to try to get it. I have some problems with my bank. I stay on hold for a half hour, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever. They're all and in the same. Government is just like any other big corporation. It's hard as hell to navigate because it's big. But here's the deal. UPS and FedEx and all these guys would love to take over all shipping, right? Because they want to sock it to you. You can mail a darn letter any part of the United States for 49 cents. You cannot mail a damn thing through FedEx or UPS for 49 cents. So who is more efficient again? And by the way, the Postal Service is self-sustaining. And it's not only that the Postal Service is self-sustaining, they have to run a surplus for their own confounded retirement plans, which no other private company is asked to do. In other words, if you ask the Postal Service if their retirement plans for their people are paid up, they're paid up for 75 years. That was how the government tried to take them down, by saying you had to fund all of your retirement 75 years into the future. But guess what, brothers and sisters? You go to Exxon or you go to any one of these other companies that have pensions, right? You go to your state government that has pensions. Guess what? Most of them are unfunded. So they're giving you a pension. They're going to pay you monthly when you retire, but a lot of it is unfunded. But in order to try to make the Postal Service look less efficient than it is, they tell them you got to pay up billions of dollars into your retirement plans for your employees 75 years in the future. I think it's 75. I may be off a few years, but I think it's 75 years in the future. And they're still efficient. Again, UPS can't send a letter for 49 cents. FedEx can't send the letter for 49 cents. Let's even take it a little better. It's not only that FedEx and UPS cannot deliver for 49 cents. The reason they can't deliver for 49 cents or whatever is because they have big shareholders that they have to pay dividends to, and they also have big executive making hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay? So of course it costs more. You cannot have a more efficient private sector than the public sector. Now, I want a strong, robust private sector because you get innovation. People want to try other things, and the government is just there to serve us, and then we can do all the other things on our own. But there are very specific things we want the government to do. Healthcare, energy, education, and infrastructure. We want the government to do all those things. This is the kicker about the Postal Service, folks. There are a lot of areas that are rural in this country. Guess what? Even as UPS and FedEx charge you a premium to send mail, even if it's a 3-day mail, even as they cannot deliver to the rural areas, UPS or FedEx, guess who delivers the last mile for them? The good old United States Postal Service is sanctioned by UPS and FedEx to deliver those packages they can't do for the price. Who is more efficient again? We have to stop listening to the rhetoric out there and understand good government works. Government influenced by the corporatocracy, government influenced by the plutocracy, government run by the private sector, that is bad government. And that is the part of government that always fails us. Friends, please click the button here and subscribe to the channel. That is how we get the message out.